This is something we don't do often enough, but you guys left a bunch of comments on our YouTube channel on the different videos that we released this week, and we're gonna bring them in and kind of, just listen to what you guys have to say and comment as we go. So.
Should we make fun of them too? Because that'd be fun.
We can make fun of them. I know they've made fun of us, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
Fair is fair.
All right, so last week, and again, this is all feedback that we got from FCW 236, which was our Bound for Glory recap episode. So last week, when we reviewed TNA Bound for Glory, we listed some of the reasons why we thought it worked for us, as well as why we thought it was a bad pay-per-view for both fans and TNA as a whole. Nick, you and I, we both tried to list both sides. Apparently, though, we didn't list everything that was wrong with the pay-per-view, and our friends on YouTube and Google Plus helped us out with some additions to that list. So Amandeep on Google Plus, here were his problems. 1, no 6-sided ring, so it didn't feel like a TNA produced show. 2, you can't call it your biggest pay-per-view and not have your biggest stars booked, i.e. Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, and Lashley. And 3, your main event was disappointing, although the Sonata Storm storyline is good. DJ Clean Styles on YouTube said, 1, the card was assembled only a few days before it took place, and 2, production looked horrible. So, real quick, just comment on what's being said. I think we touched on a lot of this, Nick, as far as it didn't necessarily feel like a TNA show. It felt really like a Wrestle 1 show. So production was off. It was weird. But yeah, I think not having a 6-sided ring probably hurt it a little bit, at least for continuing, just continuance. We're used to seeing it now. It'd be nice to see it at a big pay-per-view. But the fact that we didn't have Bobby Roode and Lashley was also a huge deal, something we didn't really touch on.
Yeah, but I mean, like, not having the 6-sided ring, I get why people are complaining about that, but it wasn't just... If it was just TNA guys, yeah, they really should have had it. You're throwing guys in there. Practically half the card was non-TNA guys.
Yeah, basically.
So why are you throwing everybody out like that? Like the reason they did the 4-sided ring is so that those guys weren't so awkward. I mean, what do you do? I think they made the right choice. As far as production value goes, you can't take all your production shit over. If you're going to, I mean, you could pull a WWE and do that. But I don't think TNA has the full-on resources. Plus, once again, it's a joint show, and you're going to somebody else to do the show. You gotta weather the storm as best you can.
Yeah, I mean, this show didn't look any different from other Japanese shows I've seen. Any shows held in that same venue. It was either New Japan or All Japan that held an event in Korakuen Hall a day or two after, and it doesn't look any different. So. It didn't look bad, it looked different, and I think that's where a lot of people get hung up on. And like you said, Joe, I mean, you can't have a 6-sided ring when you've got guys that have never been in a 6-sided ring. You need to make accommodations on both sides.
Yep.
Okay, but the biggest item on this list from Amandeep and DJ Clean Styles, I think, also said it. The fact that we didn't have Bobby Roode versus Bobby Lashley or just the World Heavyweight Champion on the show, it did lessen the importance of the event. Overall, as far as how the American audience would take it, but overall, it is what it is. Thanks everyone. Again, I know. We try to be more positive than negative, but you guys definitely help us out with pointing out as many negatives as you come up with, so that's cool. All right, so moving on from that, while we try to stay away from speculating on where Bully Ray and Devon could end up, now that, well, at least Bully Ray, now that he's gone from TNA, there's a lot of people that want to see them return to WWE for one last run. So just real quick, this is from Kieran Blaney, and apologies if I got that name mispronounced, but Kieran said, I would love one last WWE run for Team 3D. We all know the tag division needs it. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think Bully Ray and Devon can do something constructive at their age, at this stage of their career? Do you think they can do something good for WWE?
They could. I think if anything, they could do a role like they did in TNA, which is be that tag team that everybody sees, and it has all the history, all the cred, and put other teams over, make other teams look good. Use your legacy to rub guys the right way. Giggity.
Yeah, could 3D do that? Absolutely. Just look what Goldust is doing. He's doing an excellent job right now, the best he's looked in years, and I have no doubt 3D could do an even better job. Would they? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's interest on either side, to be honest. Bully's got a reputation backstage for being very blunt, very straightforward, and that's not really an atmosphere where that attitude would thrive. If he's going anywhere other than, or if this team is going anywhere other than back to their academy to train more wrestlers, it's going to be to go to Japan, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you guys, and obviously we'll have plenty of time to discuss this because there's still those rumors out there that they might be going to Global Wrestling or Global Force Wrestling, whatever Jeff Jarrett's thing is. So yeah, we have plenty of time to speculate, but I'm with you guys. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they fit in. What really makes sense for the fans that want them back for nostalgia purposes? They'll never get what they want because we don't have the full picture. TNA tried to catch that. They tried to do that with the Hardys, but that was two pieces of the pie. WWE will only have the one, and no other team really makes sense going up against them in that capacity. So I don't know. I think they could help, but yeah, I'm not giving my hopes up. Last week we showed our general disinterest on Rusev versus Big Show. So Che Alexander on YouTube. Nick, are you guys related?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, okay. Che said, "Come on, guys, please don't sleep on Rusev. I think he's one of the best characters WWE has. There are so many storylines they can involve him in." So I can vaguely remember what we talked about last week, but I thought our disinterest wasn't necessarily in Rusev, but it was in Big Show. Rusev, all three of us are really high on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I am 100% behind Rusev. I have been since he came up. Before he came up, it's this angle. It's the way they stretched out the Rusev versus American Hero numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. Rusev is a versatile character. He's a versatile wrestler, and I agree. There are a lot of storylines he can be involved in. So what we want is for him to be involved in those other storylines because we want this one to end.
See, I'm not fully behind Rusev. I like him better than Big Show right now, but I don't feel there's anything going on with him. You rip out Lana, and I find her to be I think she's waning quite a bit on the tolerability scale, and there's just not much to him at all. And I'm just waiting for them to do something. They need to get him past what he's doing right now so that they can do something interesting with him, because right now he's boring to me.
I can see that, Joe. I mean, I don't necessarily like what they're doing with Big Show. I think it's more along the lines of me not being interested whatsoever in anything Big Show has done. But Rusev is a great talent. I think Rusev can do a lot of good things, but we need to get past we need to get past this whole Russia versus USA thing, or at least against guys that against guys like Big Show, Mark Henry. Yeah, none of that really interested us, and it's not because of Rusev; it's because of who they're facing. Yeah, so. Just to clarify, Jay. Uh, Finally, we talked about why we didn't feel like John Cena was a credible contender for the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar. DJ Clean Styles begs to differ, saying the last match they had, Cena pretty much had the man beat until he got hit over the head with a briefcase. So last week, I think it was me, Nick, that said that I can't see John Cena as a credible threat because of how much he was, just how he was destroyed by Brock Lesnar for that first match. Anything that happens after that is going to be hard for me to believe, just because of that beating, the 16 suplexes in a row. It's I don't know. It's a hard thing to imagine Cena being credible. And again, I just want to I want to clarify the difference. I did this on the YouTube comments. We're going to say it out loud here. You know, there's a difference between being a credible challenger and being a mouse that is able to get a few hits into the cat when the cat is letting the mouse, run around in between swats. The thing is that Brock Lesnar was playing with Cena. That's the only time Cena got any offensive move on Brock is when Brock let him do it. As soon as Brock wanted to wrestle, he destroyed Cena. So I don't believe it. I don't believe that Cena can do it. You guys agree, disagree?
I agree with you completely. John Cena, after the 16 suplexes, I mean, they showed that he was not with it. Yeah, he got in that last confrontation, he had like an upper hand. It looked like Brock could tap, but Brock could have got out of that. We all know that. So, Cena's had too many runs. At a certain point, he needs to start from the bottom and work his way up. And just by losing a match, he gets to be put into a match in the main event of a pay-per-view. What the fuck, over? You lost the damn match.
Well, we'll get into that, Joe.
Cleaning the gum off the bottom of the toilet.
Yeah. See, this would have been better if the order of the matches had been reversed. If the struggle on both sides had happened first and then Brock absolutely destroyed Cena, that would have made more sense from a storytelling perspective. On account of building Lesnar up as the unstoppable, yeah, it absolutely makes sense to have Lesnar destroy Cena right out of the gate. This match at Night of Champions really should not have happened. We've all heard the rumors about it being Vince wanting to protect Cena, about not wanting him to look like he'd gotten his ass beaten 6 ways to Sunday. So it's really I don't think it should have happened. I know a lot of other people feel the same way, so yeah. There's really no argument for Cena as a credible challenger right now. Maybe if he proves himself, like Joe just mentioned, like there's going to be a number one contenders match at Hell in a Cell, so maybe then. Hope not.
Okay. Well, that is the mailbag. To get into this segment, I guess, is what you would do is you could leave a comment on our YouTube channel. We post the full show there as well as individual clips. Just leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you think we're wrong, if you think you're right. You can also leave us a comment on Facebook or Twitter. Wherever these videos are posted, leave a comment, and we'll bring you in this. And you can also leave a comment through our website. There's a form on the website. So definitely thank you everyone who back for us this week. We look forward to reading and responding to your feedback next week.
Podcast.